1998 Toyota Rav4 seatbelt receptacle. Check the pinned comment for the timestamps. This video shows how you can either replace your belt buckle or swap it from another seat. If you're looking to see the belt buckle itself disassembled for a possible repair, check the pinned comment for a link to another video. The repair starts at about the 1 minute mark. The driver's side seatbelt receptacle or buckle tends to be the one that wears out first. So what you can do, you'll see the steps in this video for either replacing this outright or doing what a lot of people do, which is just swap it. Since a lot of times you don't have a passenger, that passenger side buckle might have a lot more life in it. So you can swap the buckle from the driver's side, the worn out one, over to the passenger side. Either way, you do need to remove the seat. I have already done that in this Rav4, so it is time to replace this receptacle with a new one from the Toyota dealer. They cost about $25. So we'll get started on that. First, we'll go ahead and remove the whole seat. To remove the seat, we just have a few 14mm bolts. They're covered by trim pieces like this. Some of them you can get behind with a pry. Others, like these ones up front, you can just kind of reach your hand behind and pop them out. Like that. All right. You can see here and there, that's what's clipping around. Then the one over here, this one I think probably works best to pop it off with a little pry tool. Like so. And there's our fastener. I'll show you the back of that one. Same deal. So this Rav4 is missing that trim piece over there, but we have this one here. They pop off the same way as in the front. For this one here, it seems to work well if you kind of peel up one side. And then the other will come up just like that. For this side here, if you do have a trim piece, you can see where it fits in here and here. You just want to pop that off so you can have access to this 14mm fastener. So now we just have those 4 14mm bolts. We're just going to take each one of those out and we'll be able to lift the seat right out. You can just use a regular ratchet, of course, to remove these. I've got my impact ready to go, my little battery operated impact, so I'm going to go ahead and just use that. Spin these out real quick. All the bolts are the same, so you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up, which is always nice. I like to start with these front two and then move to the back. You'll have to move the seat up to reach those rear ones. I apologize that it's so dark. I did want to do this video outside, but it is just so windy. So I'll get this one next. And I do that one as the last one since it's kind of going in on the side. All right. With all these fasteners out, we can just lift this seat out. If you've got anything under the seat, you might want to move it. I want to go ahead and grab the seat and just pull it out that front door. I'm going to just barely slide it back. If you do slide it, be careful you don't get it off track. It's better not to slide it because it's possible that you can get it slightly off. So I'm just going to grab it, pick it up, and take it right out this door. All right. Here I've got the seat on its side, and we need to get back to a fastener behind here, so we just have a couple to remove, and then there's a certain technique for removing this panel. As you can see, the owner of this Rav4 has a furry friend who likes to ride along. If you do have a pet, you do want to make sure that the pet hair, if you do have to clean it out of the track, that you do re-lubricate, because obviously the pet hair will stick to the grease, and then if you remove it, you remove the grease. So if you do have to do that, make sure that you re-grease these tracks. The pet hair also sometimes gets into the receptacles, and that's part of the reason that they can fail. But we'll go ahead and remove this fastener. We have a Phillips there and a Phillips there. These screws are different, so you want to keep track of that. I think this is the longer one. We'll see when we get it out. Get them both out. Yeah, it looks like this is the longer one here. This is a shorter one. We can pull that one when we get this panel off. So the trick with this panel is you got to slide it. So you're going to slide it that way and then pull it off. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me collect this screw here. This is what you're sliding off of. See that there? So it's on like that. You got to slide it this way. Right there. If you just tug on it, you'll probably end up breaking that. So just do the slide and you'll be all right. And there's our fastener. And I believe that is also a 14 millimeter. Yep, that is also a 14 millimeter. So I'm just going to spin that off. I'm going to have to kick up a bit. There we go. The reason that there's a little bit of grease on this seatbelt is when I switched this out, I lubricated the inside a little bit and it did drip down. There's our old seatbelt, and there's our new seatbelt. They look identical. In fact, check it out. They still even have that same part number there. Whoever that maker is, they're still making these 25 years later. And as you can see, we don't need this old hardware because the new seatbelt came with new hardware. That is some specialized hardware there. There's some type of locking washer, then a washer there, then a wavy washer, and then a flange bolt. So I am going to take one of these seat belts apart to have a look inside. But here's our new seat belt. We can just go ahead and pop that in. Here's the FSM torque value for that seat belt fastener. We see is 43 Newton meters, or as I'm more familiar with, 32 foot-pounds. And while we're in here, we can grab that value there, 27 foot-pounds for those 4 bolts for the seat track. No impact tools allowed for install. So I got my torque wrench set up here. There it is. All right. Now with this trim piece, remember we got to kind of slide it in. Also on this top here, you want to make sure that's getting on there. So maybe I ought to turn this a little. If I can give you a better view here. Our holes are here. Load that so you can see it. That's one hole. Our other hole is there, right there. So just kind of keep that in mind. Up here, you want to make sure you're in the right spot up here. And then you just kind of feel for that part and push it in. And all right, I just got it there because I'll show you I'm lined up on these holes. This was the longer fastener that goes in this one here. Just going to get it started. Drop that in. Okay, just get those tightened up. All right, and now we're ready to put this seat in. Now we can get this back in. You'll notice on the front tracks there's 2 studs, one that'll fit here and one that'll fit there. That'll help you if you keep that in mind when you put it in. Okay, now you won't be able to see this, but I'm just going to kind of up here line it up with the studs. Well, maybe I'll put the camera back. Okay, there is the stud I'm talking about on that one. So I'm just going to try to line it up there. And over here, there is one to line up. Okay, so when you got those both in place, you'll be in good alignment. And then we're just going to hand thread in the fasteners, get all 4 of them hand threaded in before we tighten down any of them. With those 4 bolts in hand tight, just make sure that you operate the seat 3 times back and forth to make sure that it is on the track okay. And if you got a little mixed up and you think you might be off one, what you can do is just count the number on each track, and if it's in alignment, it'll be the same number. I'll show you what I mean. So the seat is in the forwardmost locked position. It'll go forward a little bit more, but it won't lock. So push it all the way forward and then pull it back until it locks. And then on the track here, you'll see there are little notches. There's one there, there, and there. So if we count those, it might actually be easier to see on that side because they're kind of dirty. 1, 2, 3 notches, and it's at the 4th notch. And if we come over here to this side, 1, 2, 3 notches, and it's at the 4th notch. So this seat track is aligned. If yours gets a little messed up because you accidentally knock it or something, each of these tracks, when they're not bolted to the floor, they'll move independently. So when you have the seat out, you can pull the release and you can position either of these wherever you'd like to. Of course, you need to have them in alignment though. So just check that if you happen to have knocked them in the course of installing it. Now we'll get all these torqued down. Torque again on these 4 fasteners is 27 foot-pounds. All right, now the trim pieces, this is the one over here by the little feel lever. And each of these brackets, they have these little openings on the side where these parts clip in. So you can kind of get one started on one side, but they tend to just kind of pop into place. There we go. And this one over here. Same deal. It's got those little features. Goes in there and there. And this one I'll probably just give it a little encouragement. And then we'll do one in the back. This was the one for this one here. Oh, that one's not snapping in on that side. There it goes. Snap. And lastly, the one that goes there, if you still have that one. And that is it. That is the install on the new seatbelt buckle. So what's nice is it doesn't flop around either. You know how when it gets old in those washers, this one will stay where you put it. And here's the seatbelt. We'll plug it in. I will say, as mentioned on lots of other YouTube videos, if you just clean these seatbelts, if you just clean them, they will retract much better. This seatbelt was really sticking. It would just get stuck down like that. It wouldn't retract. And all I did was I pulled it out like this, fully extended, closed the door on it, and then used the power washer to just power wash this. And then I let it completely dry. You know, I pulled it out like this and then just put a clamp up there to let it completely dry. And it you know, it's not perfect, but it's a big improvement to what it was. And so we can go ahead and test this now. Check out our new seatbelt buckle. Click. On the very first try. You don't have to do it 15 times. And release and click. All right, hooray. So that is a wrap on the Rav4 seatbelt buckle receptacle, whatever you want to call it, replacement. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching and good luck with your repair.